Hello, everyone, and welcome to another webinar by Royal Cyber. My name is Ellie, and I'll be your host and one of the speakers for today. Now, some ground rules for a smoother experience before we begin. If you cannot see my screen or hear me properly, kindly notify me at the chat window on the right side of the pan. During the presentation, you can post your questions and comments in the chat box anytime. Also, there will be a dedicated session for question and answers towards the end of this presentation. Your questions will be answered in the sequence in which they are received. Additionally, you can post your questions or write to us in a follow-up information on the email ID shown here, which is info@royalcyber.com. And finally, we would love to hear back from you about today's session by completing a short survey, which will be shared towards the tail end. Okay, so in the next 45 minutes, we will discuss how you can master the connectivity and revolutionize your integration strategy with Software AG. It's the Super iPaaS, which is a revolution in AI-enabled enterprise integration. Now, let's have a look at the agenda for today. So our first question to you guys would be, as an audience, that is integration holding you back? I mean, you're facing a lot of challenge while you're doing the integration. So how can you solve those? And is Super iPaaS the answer to it? Or are we expecting something else out of this? And then what are the kind of mandatory capabilities of Super iPaaS is? How you can develop and deploy while using the solution from anywhere, whether it is on cloud or on ground. How is the central control and distributed execution happens, and how is the closed loop of application and data integration works, and then the unified experience across iPaaS components, and then composable businesses arch with APIs and events, and then generative AI throughout the integration lifecycle. And how is generative AI really going to make an impact here? We will also see that as well. And what is the difference it will make, in the history or in the life of integration? It will provide agility, productivity, governance. What is it going to be? We will figure this out. Then we will share or provide you a short demonstration of what we will do as part of the integration capabilities, and how we can sort of make sure that you guys will understand that how the integration piece can be solved, followed by the exclusive offer for our customers who are attending this webinar today. It's going to be an exclusive deal that you guys will get today as part of attending this webinar, followed by a question and answer session. Now, before we jump straight into the topic, let's have a glance at Royal Cyber. But before that, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ali, and I take care of the middleware practice. I'm the lead for middleware practice. And along with me is one of my great colleague and a knowledgeable speaker, Mr. Hadar Raza. He's the solution architect, a very strong profile, and have been working on Software AG integration services for, over 15 years and so. Okay, so moving forward, let's have a glance at the Royal Cyber today. We're a mid-sized IT consulting and digital transformation company specialized in services, solutions, and softwares. We have over 2,500 plus employees globally with 20 plus years of an experience and 600 plus certified consultants. We have our headquarter is in Naperville, Illinois, and we have our global presence with different offices in Canada, the UK, Australia, and the Middle East. We do have our offshore development centers in India and other Asian countries. Our strategic partnership with several technology companies providing best of the breed software and solutions such as MuleSoft, IBM, Microsoft, Oracle, SAP, Salesforce, coupled with business agility and following the Sun delivery model makes the Royal Cyber an obvious choice for our customers globally. We have some of the awards and recognitions as well. For example, we have ISO certifications as well. We have ISO 27001 2013 certified. We've got, some of the accolades as well. So overall, we've got awards and recognitions in our bucket as well. Now, from an expertise perspective, we have expertise within the middleware. We have expertise in the cloud domain. We have expertise in the commerce division. We have expertise in the big data division. We have expertise in the robotic process automation. We've got expertise in the mobile development and user experiences. We have got expertise in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We've got expertise in portal development, integrations, business process management, blockchain. Uh, we have expertise in mainframes, AS400, DevOps, and business intelligence. So, all of these expertise that we have separate practices for these who've been led by some professionals who are expert within their domains itself. And that's how, we, come as a very strategic partner for our customers. Now, from here, I will hand this over to my colleague, Mr. Heather Raza, and he'll take you through that journey. So, over to you, Heather. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. And now let's get into the topic. Can integration itself become a hindrance in our path to modernization? As per a Gartner study, 89% of boards agree digital is an implicit part of growth strategy. But yet, still 81% report they have not made progress toward or achieved their digital business transformation goals. Let's discuss the reasons from an integration perspective. In a world of AI, digital transformation, and cybersecurity, today's iPaaS doesn't cut it. Why? Information remains in silos, processes remain stuck in departments, and user experiences are manual. Keeping up with dozens of hundreds of integration points is expensive, hard to maintain, and brittle. Companies often have to manage on premise, multi cloud, and legacy systems at the same time and deal with the modernization of point to point connections. So, what happens? Organizations have to cobble additional tools that add another level of complexity when they really should be reducing the number of tools and striving for simplicity. Legacy integration paradox is what's keeping companies from succeeding. So, this is one problem. Then the traditional iPaaS has several limitations. It either sacrifices power and robustness for ease of use by citizen integrators, or requires highly specialized IT experts to develop, deploy, and maintain. To address these weaknesses, we have seen organizations adding multiple, often disparate integration tools and duplicating integrations across them. As a result, those enterprises end up needing more resources, adding more complexities, and dealing with more security, privacy, regulatory, and resiliency risks. This approach just adds to the chaos and adds more problems rather than being a solution. Here is why companies are confused about the role of integration technology and its implications going forward, as they get to hear different views from different, often competing options. First of all, Nike iPaaS vendors provide limited use cloud based integration solutions that solve very focused problems. So many of these vendors want you to believe they can solve all of your integration needs. SaaS vendors often bundle cloud integration capabilities, within their products to help integrate with third party applications. So these are limited solutions that again add additional integration tools that your staff must manage. Pure play API management vendors who don't provide integration capabilities tell companies APIs are the solution to their integration problems and specialized integration technology is no longer required. Some of these vendors even suggest it is acceptable to push business logic and orchestration into the gateway staged in the DMZ rather than within the appropriate layer of your digital architecture. Then cloud platform vendors typically do not offer integration functionality, but instead pieces of puzzle that allows you to manually build integrations on their platform. Even though this results in hardwiring integration that may become brittle and difficult to support as applications and versions change. Then, big consulting organizations often recommend that customers use open source software in place of commercial integration tools. This is the license cost of software, but increases consulting costs that go along with more hands-on coding and specialized skills. And last, analyst firms often struggle to clearly define the cloud integration market as large number of Nike iPaaS vendors emerge, leading to shifting and confusing guidance. The layer of complexity is added by multi-cloud era, where 78% of organizations indicated they deploy applications on two or more cloud providers, attesting that the age of multi-cloud is officially here. And 81% of organizations face challenges and with applications and data portability across locations, which can be data center, public cloud, or edge. And we cannot go beyond without adding AI to the picture. We know AI has gone from promise to present in an instant. The potential to fuel innovation, business insight, worker efficiency, and proactive approaches has board of directors and CEOs pouring more money into AI initiatives, driving expectations of change. And those expectations are high. PwC predicts AI will account for 15.7 trillion of the global economy in less than 10 years. But a tangled web of systems, applications, and data silo mean customers cannot derive value from their data. You are probably fighting a losing struggle against adhering to data sovereignty laws when you don't even know exactly how your data is being transmitted and to whom. The European Union's GDPR was just the first of many sweeping data laws. Second, maintaining security in complex environments where private and public clouds must be integrated for a fluid flow of data. APIs keep shooting up like mushrooms after a spring rain, and the latest dev trends mean importing modules to get the job done fast rather than right. Things are looking scary without much security controls in place in time. Third, tracking processes and transactions that cross multiple regions and ensuring their reliability so that your business is winning, not losing, users or customers. Maybe you have pulled out of whole regions just to maintain simplicity, a short-sighted approach that can put you permanently behind. And the last, figuring out which of your business users have hopped on the AI train on their own without any signs of implementing proper governance. It's the wild west out there, and everyone is scrambling to figure out generative AI. What does it feel like when you don't know if your critical data, strategies, and reports are being fed to unsecured AI plugins by those who don't understand AI in the first place? Well, I'm not here to frighten you entirely, but yes, there is a hope. And in fact, a hybrid integration platform in combination with the enterprise integration platform as a service work to address many of the challenges companies face as they confront today's increasingly complex integration projects. To truly shift the dynamic from connectivity to a future-focused business outcome-led approach, a new category of integration is required. Software AG calls this category Super iPaaS, a new Super iPaaS vision to navigate the chaos. So here is why that helps you stop drowning in digital transformation and start saying yes to innovation to run a high-performance enterprise. Introducing Super iPaaS, a unified AI-enabled enterprise integration platform that transcends geographic clouds, hybrid environments, integration patterns, and more. It's a new type of solution altogether that doesn't just integrate your applications, it integrates your entire enterprise. Now let's create incredibly connected customer experiences, employee engagements, and B2B interactions while minimizing disruption. Next, let's discuss what are the mandatory capabilities of Super iPaaS. So here we discuss the five must-have components to be a Super iPaaS. It helps integrate applications, data, B2B with APIs and events. True cloud-first enterprise end-to-end hybrid integration covering full mainframe to cloud spectrum. Meets global needs for data sovereignty laws yet managed centrally to ensure governance. A common user interface across all aspects of the platform. And last, leverages the power of generative AI to drive productivity and agility. With all these five requirements at the core, true Super iPaaS solutions can deliver on the promises of more autonomous, predictive, and transparent enterprise. What does this mean for the enterprise? An AI-enabled enterprise integration platform assures hybrid integration from mainframe to cloud, connects disparate data sets, addresses security, compliance, and privacy, and is intuitive for business stakeholders. It also enables the business to be proactive and delivers the payoff for AI investments on top of a fully integrated environment. Now let's discuss these capabilities in detail. First capability is like develop anywhere, deploy anywhere. You can develop integration in cloud or designer. It eliminates duplicate effort and complicated local configurations. It helps deploy them in private public cloud or on-premise. Cloud orchestration and execution of integrations with full data jurisdiction and control. What that means is since you can deploy your integration server anywhere, hence you can execute locally or only share what is required or permissible with other regions or clouds. You can control a distributed network of integrations running complex business transactions from one place as your integration server can run anywhere but still controllable from the central control plane. This eliminates disconnected integrations tool that need specialized development and operations teams. You can scale up and down easily to save up money, simplify compliance, and regain control of your integration landscape, driving productivity and governance. Next, through the StreamSets platform, users can build data pipelines that adjust to changes and enable self-service for individuals with deep insights into business and data requirements. Software AG's distinctive approach involves utilizing preferred tools for designing and deploying integrations anywhere, eliminating redundancy. The platform offers a unified view to monitor, manage, and operate data pipelines, but also integrations and APIs. And this helps to seamlessly orchestrate across application and data integration scenarios. Take aggregated insights from cloud data platforms and operationalize them back into existing system of records. And lastly, access data from sources across the business to make them available on cloud data and analytics platform. To give an example of this, and this is one of the scenarios we have covered in our demo as well, as soon as customer makes a purchase, this info can be captured and pushed to our data lake via integration or IoT support via platform. Then we can run our data pipeline to calculate how much we need to reorder, and eventually based on that we can trigger integrations to our partner via B2B channel and or also update our ERP, which can be a modern one or a legacy mainframe application. So Super iPaaS can cover all these integration needs. Moving on to the next capability, which basically provides a unified experience across all iPaaS components, allowing teams to have unprecedented visibility to ensure governance and enables teams to be more productive by not having to constantly switch interfaces when working. You get end-to-end visibility and governance across geographies, IT environments, and complex business ecosystems with connectivity from on-prem to the cloud and enterprise-grade security trusted by the most powerful banks, governments, and corporations in the world. You can power your application landscape with a composable architecture that builds upon high quality, well managed, reusable business capabilities. Gain the agility needed to take advantage of new opportunities faster. You can have APIs and events for your experience or user interface layers, orchestration layer, as well as enterprise system layer. This helps you quickly assemble responsive apps that communicate across your business to deliver better experiences to customers, employees, and partners. This is the last and sixth capability, which provides generative AI throughout the integration lifecycle. This enables everyone as an integration expert with the power of being able to automate integration and optimize team and business performance. According to a survey like by 2027, 70% of professional developers will use AI powered coding tools, up from less than 10% today. Also shows development scenarios where you can leverage generative AI to boost your productivity and performance. And these are generating connectors using the latest APIs, develop business logic, mappings, and transformations, add error handling, retry logic, and alerts and notifications, generate test cases, and enable CI/CD pipelines for deployment, and automatically spinning off serverless runtimes. Now let's discuss what all difference it will make. This slide showcases how the three overarching benefits of agility, productivity, and governance relate to the six super iPaaS capabilities, which combination of benefits correlate to which capability. So for example, we can see develop anywhere, deploy anywhere capability helps us in achieving agility and productivity. Central control and distributed execution helps us to gain agility and governance. Closed loop of app and data integration helps to achieve agility and governance. Unified experience across all iPaaS components provides us agility and governance. Enabling composable business architecture with APIs and events helps us achieve productivity and governance. And generative AI throughout the integration life cycle helps us achieve agility and productivity. Let's see what's the difference Super iPaaS has as compared to traditional iPaaS. In case of iPaaS, development silos require duplicate integrations, whereas now we have develop anywhere, deploy anywhere code. In iPaaS, islands of integration across the organization exist, but Super iPaaS provides a central controlled distributed execution environment. In traditional iPaaS, application automation disconnected from data pipelines, while we can achieve closed loop of application and data integrations through Super iPaaS. Earlier, multiple vendors for different integrations needs more training time, more specialized resources. But with Super iPaaS, we have a unified experience across all iPaaS components. Earlier, IT does everything, coding from the ground up, and Super iPaaS enables composable business architecture with APIs and events. Traditional iPaaS can provide lightweight copilot for creation and help tasks, whereas Super iPaaS generative AI throughout the integration lifecycle support is there. Super iPaaS is designed to deliver three core benefits. Let's discuss these. Agility. Today's rapidly shifting landscape requires agility across data and applications to take advantage of events and opportunities. This unified integration platform uniquely enables a seamless flow of data across applications and data stores. You can develop your integrations anywhere and deploy anywhere with the ability to reuse instead of rebuilding. The event-driven architecture support enables real-time actions to differentiate in the market. You gain agility as the technology landscape changes and work the way you want. And finally, you can make decisions using your data and put them into action immediately. Moving on to productivity. To innovate and differentiate in the market, you need to rapidly deliver new digital services and eliminate bottlenecks. Super iPaaS unified integration platform with broad set of capabilities and a centralized UIs simplifies learning, management, and collaboration. Whereas integrated support for APIs with apps and data enables rapid cloud adoption. Generative AI enabled integration allows business technologists to quickly create integrations by automating workflows from description to deployment. And this frees up resources, and eventually you spend less time learning new technology and more time collaborating. And finally, governance. Increased regulation and unchecked decentralization demands autonomy with guardrails while ensuring enterprise grade security. With centralized control and distributed execution, Super iPaaS integration can run anywhere without needing to move data. It provides a single pane of glass across your distributed integrations, APIs, and data pipelines, provide end-to-end visibility across transactions. And unified experience for all iPaaS components streamlines observability and simplifies compliance. And finally, it empowers your organization without losing sleep and enjoy compliance without chaos. With this, let's move to our demo part. As in presentation earlier, we discussed a scenario where we showed how a inventory quantity update event can be implemented using data and application integration flows. So let's see this in action. Once a user checkouts at a point of sale or an item is removed from shelf, IoT sensors or devices can trigger an event or measurement to IoT tenant in cloud. We then have provision to trigger a flow in real time in IoT tenant itself, or we can leverage web methods IO integration to pick and push the event in Snowflake data lake. We have picked web methods IO just to show how easy is it to interoperate between iPaaS components. Now, in our stream sets data pipeline, we have a pipeline that calculates or forecasts the inventory to order, taking into consideration several factors. This information is then pushed back to Snowflake. We have option to run pipeline locally in our runtime or Spark cluster or directly in Snowflake without pushing any data locally. So this was the data integration scenario, and now comes our second scenario for application integration where we pull forecasted inventory quantity that we need to order from Snowflake and create a purchase order, which is basically an EDI X12 850 message and send it electronically to our supply chain. We send this over a B2B SFTP channel, and this covers our B2B iPaaS capability. Additionally, you could also update relevant information in your ERP, which can be through a modern ERP connector or protocol or in a legacy mainframe application. For mainframe integration, Software AG provides an easy way to interact where we can expose our COBOL programs as REST services, which then can be easily integrated with any modern application. So let's see this in action. So we will start from this section. So to simulate a point of sale terminal, we will use a simulator in Cumulocity IoT tenant. So let's go to Cumulocity go to simulators. We have this simulator over here, and we can enable this. This is basically sending a measurement for an inventory object, and this can be any inventory object. For instance, we are just as example, we are taking X and as an example. So this is sending this measurement after every minute, and we can see this measurement sent by this simulator for our device. So this is our measurement over here. So the measurement is now captured by Cumulocity IoT tenant. And next we can move to our web methods IO flow. So we can open this one. We have a flow over here. This is basically uh, capturing the measurement which is coming, and then it is updating the current quantity in Snowflake. So we can trigger this flow. So it is basically getting the current quantity in for this item in Snowflake, and then subtracting the items which are already sold, and then updating the result in Snowflake again. Or while we can go to simulator and stop this simulator. Now if we go to Snowflake, if we run this query, so the current inventory for X is around like 190. And we are done with our this flow. Now we can go to transformer for Snowflake data pipeline in stream set. This data job in stream set can take into consideration various factors, and it can include machine learning model as well to predict like how much quantity we need to like order. But for our scenario, it's a simple logic that we have. And this is our flow. So we can trigger this flow, and this will update the order, and it will calculate and update the quantity to be ordered. This job is now done. We can go back to Snowflake. And here the order quantity. So basically like now it needs to like order 310 dozens of eggs for this particular retail store. Based on the logic that we have in these three tables. And now we are done with our data pipeline. And next we can move to, again, webmethods.io. And here we have a job, which basically pulls the order quantity from Snowflake and then creates a B2B ADI message and places that order for the partner through SFTP protocol. And let's go to this flow. So we have this flow over here, picks the quantity and creates the uh, it invokes this is basically a workflow. It invokes a flow service over here, and this flow service basically like puts creates like creates the EDI X12 message and submits it from a web methods integration to web methods B2B uh, product. And so we have seen some integrations with across different components of the iPaaS over here. So this is another example of that one. So we have already seen integration between Velocity and webmethod.io and then stream sets, interactions. Um, and we have now seen like webmethod.io integrating with uh, webmethods.b2b. One point that I would like to highlight is that this flow service can run in cloud, which is hosted by Software AG, and it can run on-prem as well or in any other cloud as well. So this is what the multi-cloud support that we were talking about. So the same this flow service which we have developed in cloud in this online editor can be exported from here and opened in the on-prem or our studio offline, and then we can develop the same service over there, and we can make changes and then deploy it back to the cloud. So with respect to development, like this is interoperable, most of the features. Um, you can develop them online or offline, and also like you can have your integration servers in any of the clouds. So like it can be like GCP or Azure or AWS or any on-prem VM. You can just install the integration server, and then you can deploy this flow service over there, and then um, trigger this flow service from our workflow. So this this flow service, which is currently running in cloud, can run in your on-prem or in any other cloud as well. And it can pull, for example, any data, for example, that we need to process, but we don't want to uh, uh, send outside of a particular region. So we can process all that data locally and then only transmit um, whatever data we desire to be sent outside the region. Uh, so this is a very nice feature about multi-cloud deployments, as well as like develop anywhere and deploy anywhere support. So we can view our successful transactions from here. And then in the B2B logs, we can see that the transaction uh, was received and then sent to the partner through uh, SFTP channel. So these are the sender and receiver uh, ports that are configured in B2B. And eventually we can see that the file was received in SFTP. And we can basically open this file. We can see like this is our EDIX12 message, um, uh, a PO message 855 that was sent to the partner. So we have covered till this point. This part is not covered, but like this can also be demonstrated. Uh, we have this webmethods.io flow, which was basically triggering the B2B flow. And it can also update the quantity that was ordered in an ERP system, which can be a legacy ERP system. And this can easily be done through this Connex port. And but what it does is like it basically exposes our COBOL programs as our RESTful web services, and hence this can then be like very easily integrated into our web method or flow as well. So that concludes our POC, and with this, I would like to hand over back to Ali. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Heather. Now, this is insightful. I think you've demonstrated it really well. Now, moving forward, as we are entering into the last part of our call, we have this exclusive webinar offer for our attendees today. That includes the migration implementation assessment, in which what we are going to do is we're going to discuss the use case while sitting down with you guys, and do the scoping of the complete migration implementation assessment. We will review the integrations that are going to be part of our scope, and then the customizations which we will include it in our implementation assessment. And the deliverable to that would be a complete documentation which includes our proposed solution, return on investment, comes with the project plan and the timelines, how long will it take for us to sort of deliver that, and the cost associated to it. And of course, that is going to be a discounted offer that we'll be giving it to you because of attending this webinar today. On the other hand, we do have a jumpstart offer, and that jumpstart offer includes a pilot use case where we'll define the stakeholder introductions, pick up a use case which is going to be more complex or simple or medium, whatever. And then we'll make this as part of a pilot use case implementation. We'll cover the documentation, do the knowledge transfer, provide all the services and support as an optional component to you guys, and all of this will be done in approximately 4 to 6 weeks at a discounted offer. And by the way, if you would still want to discuss it internally and want to make up your mind, so you can always reach out to us in the email shown here, which is info@royalcyber.com. Explain to us your scenario, and mention about this webinar, and we will reach out to you back and discuss a complete implementation assessment with you guys. Okay, now this is very interesting, where I can see, there are so many questions in the audience's mind right now after looking at the demonstration. So I will hand this in a way where, I will be taking up all of your questions in the order in which, you guys have sent it to me. And, we will start with our first question. And please, guys, in the meantime, the floor is open, so you can keep on sending the questions to us, and we'll be happy to answer all of that. So here's the first question.